Epic fail from Queens Village yet again. Take a look at this. This is Nova Bus LFS 8008. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Looks like the fan wasn't cleaned. I could tell up there those fans weren't cleaned either. Yep. This is what no maintenance gets you at Queens Village. They are a train wreck. Folks, I'm going to say this again. Casey Steingle never does this to their buses. Nor College Point. You do not see the Q12 or the Q25 in a bad shape like this. This is supposed to be the 1026. Looks like he's starting to take passengers, so let's see how this train wreck ends up today. Already I'm noticing this bus is dirty. Take a look at the back for a sec. Someone left their plastic bag here. They are supposed to be telling drivers when you pull into depot, get your bus inspected. And lately, they are not doing that. And again, probably another nice bus employee. Once again, why are they in cahoots with Local 252? Ridiculous. Now we're at Lakeville. Let's see if these people want to get onto the N25 or not. So they're getting on board. Yep, can you blame them? No, they don't want to wait for a bus that might get overcrowded.
I'm going to put the This is going to Untoreable, right?
Yes, ma'am. This is going to the Kew Garden Transit Center. You're on the right bus.
Okay, no.
Yeah, E and the F train. Yep. Again, don't trust the drivers, because again, they're from Nice Bus. They're from Nice Bus. Do not trust the drivers lately, because again, this is a blatant example. Look how dirty this bus is. The seats look filthy. And look at this. I think the roof's leaking. From here. Oh boy, we have another problem, folks. Look at this. The seats are wet. The roof's leaking. My goodness. It's coming from the air conditioning vent. It's leaking from here, from the lights. Once again, the media refuses to cover this. My goodness. Take a look in the back again. Let's see if there's more of a mess back here. Yep, graffiti. Graffiti. This bus should not be in service. This bus should not be in service. The MTA is supposed to have high quality standards for maintenance. And remember, Queens Village, many years ago, was ranked as one of the best depots for maintenance. Because again, this is the same maintenance practices that happens at Nice Bus. And I'm going to say this again. This never happens on the Q12. Never. That's why I'm urging Melinda Katz, if she is watching this video, to take the Q46 and see it for herself. From her office in Kew Gardens to Long Island Jewish. To see what it really feels like to take these buses lately. I'm already noticing there are some dirt spots over here. And thank goodness, and I noticed this when I pulled up to Long Island Jewish this morning, 1016 was stowed at least. So at least run got filled. Another problem is, we're supposed to be the leader. There's supposed to be another bus at 1034. If that one doesn't get filled, there's more of a price to pay. Because again, the people who need to get on Flushing Main Street, they're going to overcrowd the bus. Man, no proof right here. I mean, I already see some dirt spots. See, where I'm sitting right here, this is terrible at least. Meanwhile, the people who need handicap, they can't sit. So, if an elderly resident, once again, there could be a resident in this area who needs a seat, I'm going to give it up to them. They don't deserve to sit in these wet seats. We're having another problem with this bus. Apparently, the situation right now is that the air conditioner is not even working. Apparently what's going on is it's trying to come out, but there's just not enough coolant inside. They probably didn't put coolant in the bus. And this is going to be another problem. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain. What if the HVAC doesn't work? Again, I'm urging Queens Village. See this bus number? Get this bus out of service until this bus is filled. And if I see a dispatcher or a supervisor at Kew Gardens, I'm letting them know to send this bus back to depot. This bus should not be in service. There's barely any air conditioning. The bus is dirty. This is not acceptable for the MTA. Not acceptable. If Andy Byford's watching this, I'm sure he's boiling right now. I'm sure he's boiling. I'm sure right now he's in his office. I'm going to impersonate him the best I can right now. I'm going to quote it. Oh, this is completely unacceptable. They're supposed to have high quality standards. Of course we are. I could tell Andy Byford's more of a laid-back guy. Like, I'm sure he won't erupt over big issues, but I'm sure privately he does. And another thing, where were the people that didn't go to the transit meeting yesterday? I couldn't go because, remember, I work on Mondays. But again, we need more people from Northeast Queens to speak up at these transit meetings. Because yesterday, they had a committee for New York City bus. There was one lady who talked about a detour for the Q22. I'm glad she's speaking up for the Rockaways, but again, we're facing a crisis with the Q46 lately. This is the most traveled route in all of Northeast Queens, and you cannot literally give us quality service. Queens Village, a joke of a depot. Here's another disaster. The PA system is barely working. This is why I keep saying we need the smart system. Andy Byford needs to realize that. Because again, you can barely hear the driver announcing the stops. How come Nice Bus has it? That's right, because they stole the MTA's technology. And look, we're being detoured right by Grand Central. Oh, a truck's parked. That's smart. We have another creepy situation by the Q88 bus stop. There's another homeless person hanging around there. And lately, I have noticed them hanging around there. See, this is what I don't get. Why are they hanging around here? And we have another problem. I think we have an unruly passenger in the back. And remember who we can blame the homeless problem on. That's right. Our wonderful mayor, Bill de Blasio. Who, again, people were stupid to re-elect. And I said this yesterday. He is bad for your health. And I'll tell you who's worse for your health. Andrew M. Cuomo. If you have a heart and a soul, you do not re-elect Andrew Cuomo. You vote for Mark Molinaro. I'm sorry for making it political, but the only way we're going to fix the MTA is if we get Cuomo out as a whole. And I'm sorry if that lady got offended, but again, this is a train wreck. Literally, I'm noticing my city going downhill. It's only going to get worse if we don't get Andrew Cuomo out. Because I'm sure Mark Molinaro would tell Bill de Blasio, sorry, you can't do this, you can't do that, because the governor has more power in New York than the mayor does. Mark wants to fix the MTA. He does. But if people are going to go to the polls in November and realize, well, sorry, we like Andrew Cuomo. Oh, I'm sorry, but you're in a time warp. You need to go back to the 90s when things were great in New York, because we had Pataki, we had Giuliani. They were keeping this city in fine shape. The buses and subways were terrific. Everything was perfect. In fact, Giuliani launched MetroCard. Remember that? Him and George Pataki. Which I think, again, MetroCard is a better option than tokens. I like the accessibility of swiping for the turnstile. I do. I'm sorry for making it political, but when I saw that homeless person, I was just creeped out because there was another lady, I think a month or two ago, who was asking for money, and I told her, what are you doing here? You should be in a crowded area like Flushing or Jamaica to at least get money. And she's like, I don't know how I ended up here. Another problem is our homeless shelters. Why aren't they putting the homeless through a drug test? The ones who deserve to be in the homeless shelters, honestly, who are not going to sneak drugs in, have the right to be there. And if they don't, and they're refusing help, I'm sorry, your shelter is jail. The slammer. If they're going to break the law. I'm really sorry for making it political, but I'm just annoyed that we're having a disaster of a bus ride today. A complete disaster. Thanks to, yet again, the laughing idiot you see on your screen right now. He's laughing up in Albany. And meanwhile, his pal, I'll quickly mention it, Ed Mangano, caused this mess today in Queens. It's in Queens now. And I told Pine Power this, I think it was Sunday, it was Sunday. I told him this. There's hell to pay if Ed Mangano is not in jail. Because if he's not in jail, then there's a big price to pay. There needs to be a way to charge Ed Mangano with something regarding Nice Bus. Alright, so I have an update. I just spoke to a dispatcher. And here's the situation at the moment. I told the dispatcher what happened, right? So, I also mentioned to watch my YouTube channel, right? Because honestly, the dispatcher should be knowing what's going on with the buses from Queens Village lately. I'm sure if that guy sees this video or any other of my videos, I'm sure I'm going to mention it. If you really want to go into the root of the problem, it started, and I'm going to say it again, November 1st, 2017. That's when I noticed my buses going downhill. I had a 10-month period in 2017 where my buses were fine. 10 months! And if you want to go that far, let's go back to when I first started taking the 46 regularly again. Back in, I'd say May or June of 2015. That's when I first had quality service. The buses were maintained. The air conditioning was fine in the summer. 16 wasn't a problem. 2016 was fine. Then came November 1st, 2017, which I call it the Black Day. I will never forget that day. And many of you know, you've been through this channel. It's the worst day for me ever in my personal life. Just because the bus didn't show up for a half hour. And then just recently, oh, I shouldn't be yelling. There's a dog over there. I'm trying to go over here. I don't really like to yell in front of animals. It's my kind nature. A few months ago, if you remember, I was waiting back in May for a bus that didn't show up for a half hour. And I'm sorry for erupting, but I don't know how much of this nonsense I can take. It's so stupid that, again, I'm stuck living with my parents in Fresh Meadows. I can't do a thing about it until maybe I end up in John's situation where he gets a program that helps him move to a better area, because honestly, again, I'm going to be honest, I feel depressed living in Fresh Meadows. You want the truth? You want the truth? I'm depressed because, again, I'm not getting quality service. If I move to an area like Flushing, they're at least going to get quality service. In the morning, I can at least get 7 Express service. I can get half-hourly service on the Fort Washington branch. Until I can find a way to move out of Fresh Meadows, I gotta keep talking about this. And again, I know I'm being completely emotional about this. But I live in an upper middle class area of Queens. How are we facing this nonsense? Why does Cambria Heights get better service? I still don't understand that. Once again, I'm really sorry for making it personal, and I'm sorry for making it political today, but my emotions have just gotten to the best of me today. I've been watching my language today, because again, YouTube's cracking down, and I don't want to curse in these videos, because then I might get demonetized, and then all chaos would transpire. Oh, your video got demonetized because you used adult language. I didn't. So if YouTube has a problem with me in my anti-Cuomo propaganda, then go ahead, demonetize the video. I don't care at this point. So that's where I end it. Thank you for watching.